Do you remember the pass that I threw against you?
Wait a minute now.
That was against the Giants?
Did Landon pick it off? Did
Oh,
Landon
yeah.
Collins
Well,
pick it
I
off?
think I more so just threw it right to him than
You
he
threw
picked
it right
it
to
off.
him, yeah.
It was the most impressive 80-yard torpedo of an interception.
Coach Reed knows not to put me in that situation ever again.
I appreciate you doing that day, though, Travis. I appreciate you doing
The
that.
funniest part is Alex Smith comes running over to me, and I'm just like, I can't even look Coach Reed in the face. He's like, don't worry about it. It was like a punt. I was like, it was second down. It was second down. Welcome back to New Heights, a Wonder show produced by Wave Sports and Entertainment. We are your hosts, and this show is brought to you by Zillow.
Hey.
Download the app today. I'm Travis Kelce. This is my big brother, Jason Kelce, out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio. Right now. Shout out to those Bearcats. Subscribe on YouTube, Wondery Plus, wherever you get your podcasts, and follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with 1S. Jason, tell the people what we have for them this week.
We got another great episode for you guys. Got a little merch update for you guys. And we're going to get to a guest you guys have all been asking for, that we've been asking for, that we're excited to have on. That's Steve Spagnuolo. That's right. Defensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs is on right now. You're going to want to see this one.
Spags.
But first, before we bring in Spags, we're going to get a little bit of that new news.
New news.
We got new merch. We're going to have Jake model these new bad boys off just in time for July 4th. We're kicking off the summer with the red, white, and blue collection. We've got 2 new tees out now, a red, white, and blue New Heights logo tee and a Brew Heights tee. Ooh, I like that. Perfect for those backyard summer games. The Brew Heights are nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Brew Heights,
Nice.
it's such a good name.
Rolls right off the tongue.
Oh, man. Makes you want to have a beer, to be honest.
Jake,
If
can you
only-
step back and give us a little spin?
Did we get a little?
God, Brandon.
I mean, are you going to do it or not?
Well,
Be a part of the damn
it's-
show, Jake.
There's nothing on the other side of the shirt. I am.
Bye,
Love
Oh, Em making her first New Heights appearance.
Em.
Ew.
Love you.
All right, give us a little. Hold it. Yeah, now give us a little spit. There it is. Oh,
There's nothing
nice.
on the back here. Wait, I'll hold up
Show the other one.
Looks very good, though. Ooh.
Red, white, and blue.
Ooh, red,
Very
white, blue.
good.
All right.
All right. My dogs are going to go nuts. I'm going to hop out of here.
Thank you, Jake. You nailed it.
Thanks, Jake. That's the red, white, and blue collection. We've got 2 new tees out now, a red, white, and blue New Heights logo and a Brew Heights tee. Perfect for those backyard summer get-togethers. Get yours now at homage.com/New Heights. There's also time to submit your team for Beer Bowl 3.
Ooh.
We need you, 92%ers, to send us your team submission videos. Reminder, we are judging based on team name, costumes, and vibes. That's right.
Gotta be. The vibes
All
gotta be
about
high.
the vibes. Drinking ability is an added bonus. All right. Big change from the previous beer bowls. I will be competing this year, so you'll be able to compete against yours truly and Bo Allen. To submit, post your video on your preferred social media platform, tag New Heights Show with 1S, and use the hashtag Beer Bowl. Deadline to submit your team is Wednesday, June 18th. There may be other Eagles players participating. I'm not really sure. Last year, Sidney Brown was in. Russ Tucker, I would assume, is going to want to be back in.
Big Jordan Mailata in that thing or what?
And Jordan's usually out of town. All right. Let's get to our convo with Chiefs defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo.
Spags.
Joining us today from Whitensville, Massachusetts.
Hey-o.
He's been a football coach for over 40 years, had nearly 24 coaching roles in 3 countries. How about that? 9 states and the District of Columbia. A 4-time Super Bowl champion, the only NFL coordinator to win a Super Bowl with 2 different franchises. Tom Brady has called him the bane of my existence. That's a heck of an accolade. And he is now entering his 7th year with the Chiefs as the most successful defensive coordinator in franchise history.
Yes,
Please
sir.
welcome Steve Spagnuolo.
Spags.
You guys are the best. I'll tell you what,
Let's
I think
go.
I paid Tom Brady a lot of money to say that. Because we know I don't think he worried about anybody, to be honest with you.
Well, hey.
Coach, thank you so much for joining with us, though, man.
I love it.
Appreciate
Love
you
it.
taking the time in the off season. I know things are starting to get riled up and everybody's starting to get excited. You got the rookies coming in a few weeks,
Yeah.
or maybe even this weekend coming up, huh?
Coming up, yeah, about 4 days. We'll be Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We'll be cranking.
You already know, and then we'll get it rocking and rolling on Tuesday, man. I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Is rookie mini camp as crazy for the coaches as it is for the players?
It's crazy in that, well, I mean, you got a bunch of guys in here that it's hard to get the scheme to them all at once. But I will say this, what I really like about it, and I think Andy would tell you the same thing, and Jason, you could appreciate this. Like, it's been however long it's been, Trav, since we had the last game. And so the coaches get out of, we're going to get tuned back up too. And I think the rookie mini camp kind of gets us back in the groove, you oil up your teaching technique, oil up the words, right? Put something new in. And it's kind of a little bit of a trial run, Trav, before you guys come in on Tuesday. And then we
hit the ground running.
We kind of get going. I've always liked it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it really is good.
Well, we just got some new pieces. I know you're excited to work with, revamp the offensive and defensive lines, and how about that corner we got, huh? 7 picks, a little ball hawking.
We could never have enough corners.
All right, now
you know that you can never have enough corners.
Oh yeah,
in this day and age, you can never enough. So we drafted those 3 defensive guys on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
And so Sunday when we're coming in here, Jason. Clark Hunt, Mr. Hunt, and some of the other guys around. They said, "Boy, you got plenty of guys." Yeah, last night. Hey, Trav, you know what I said to him? I said, "You know when you're a kid and you get 8 presents under the tree and you're opening them up. After you open the 8th one, what are you looking for?"
Looking for a 9.
That's what I said. We might have gotten 3, but I'm looking for more. We can never have enough good defensive players. Right? Yeah.
That's awesome, man. You already know. Well, we're pumped to get into the building, man. Where do we even start with this career, big guy? I mean, you've been with the Chiefs since 2019, but man,
that was honestly surprising to read because it feels like you just got there. But I mean, 7th year. You've had so much success there. I don't know, how's it been being with the Kansas City Chiefs, Coach?
I owe that all to Andy. I mean, I've sat, was the interim head coach of the Giants in that end of the 2017 year when you guys won, Jason, and decided to take the year off. I thought it was a good time to do that. And when you do that, guys, you just don't know whether the next opportunity is going to come. But thank God, Coach Reed and I are really close, and he had enough confidence that he said, "Hey, come on here, let's roll." And it's been nothing but a huge blessing since. I mean, look, when you can be around the guys we're around, Jason, you know most of them. It's not just the Packets and the Travs, but all these guys we have on defense, right, Travis, that are just good character guys. And just being in the building makes it all worthwhile. Now, look, winning helps. We all know that. We all enjoy this profession when you're winning. But the way, Coach Reed has built this thing with the guys that he's built it with, to me, that's it makes coming to work a joy every day. It really does.
And I'll tell you what, Coach, the first day in OTAs, when I saw this new defense and our new DC, and we had guys like Frank Clark and Tyrann Mathieu. I mean, it was a completely different look on defense from especially in the offseason. And there was a completely different energy, camaraderie. And I think just the way you like you said, Coach Reed does it a certain way. You do it a certain way as well, where you bring everybody together and really work as you bring everybody together to work together to find one goal. And it's been so cool to see how the defense has gone from the beginning of my career to where it is now. It's so amazing how well they communicate and they all know what each other is doing.
Trav, you're hitting on something, and I appreciate you saying that because I respect. I mean, you guys know football, so when you see something and say something like that, that means a lot to me. But I will tell you this, and I don't know if you guys, I think you would agree, Jason. You just got done talking about Jeff Stoutland. Our assistant coaches, now I'm not talking about the coordinator, I'm talking about the other guys, I don't think get nearly enough credit for what you're just talking about, Travis. Like, when you start talking about guys that communicate and how it kind of gels together, that doesn't happen if you don't have a D-line coach in the D-line room doing it, a linebacker, and not everybody being on the same page, and you take the egos and you throw them out of the room. And we've got guys that do that. I've been really, really fortunate that way, Trav,
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you what, because we've been fortunate enough to go as long as we do, our staff has kind of stayed pretty much intact because by the time we get done, a lot of those jobs are gone. But we got a lot of guys on the defensive and offensive staff that deserve to be coordinators. And I think that's as important as anything myself.
I'm with you.
Coach, what do you think has been the biggest thing that has allowed you to continue to have so much success? Like, listen, I played against you when you were in New York, and some of the things you did as a coordinator would give us so many fits, from the blitzes and the different looks and the multiplicity of things you'd have to be prepared for. But in Kansas City, it feels like it's gone to another level. Like and I'm not saying this just because I'm on here with you right now, and I've told this to people. The job you and your staff and everybody and the players have done in Kansas City the past 2 or 3 years on defense, and everybody wants to talk about Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Me too.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
But what you guys have done over there has been absolutely remarkable, and it was absolutely remarkable all season long this past year. Is it anything that different from what you've done before? How have you continued to evolve with the game to make it so dominant? It's just been remarkable to watch.
I appreciate you saying that, Jason. The easy answer to that is players.
Sure.
And I mean that because if you don't have that, I might be willing to say that most coaches that make their way to the NFL got a lot of ideas, are very creative, but you can only do so much with the guys you have if they're able to do it. Now, I've said this before. I started saying this 2-3 years ago. And it's still true now. Travis knows this because he knows the guys on the other side of the ball on defense, that this is the highest percentage of cerebral players in one room, in the defensive room, that I've ever had. And when you have that, then you can do the things that you're talking about, Jason, because it's hard to do it when you don't do it up here.
And do you rate that at a premium to run your system in particular? Because, I mean, listen, you got these 4-3 defenses that are playing cover 3. How much do you really got to know? But,
no, that's true.
You guys have many different packages, different fronts and alignments. And anyway, sorry.
That is, and I'll tell you what, to Brett Veach's credit and all the personnel people, and Andy included, I mean, I value what I call football get it.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have to be a 4.0 student in college. I mean, I don't ask about GPAs, right? Trav wouldn't be able to play defense if we were asking about GPAs. but football get it. Like you guys know what I'm talking about. They get the game of football, and the more guys you can get, the more guys you can get in your room, that especially on defense. And Trav, the guy in the middle that we have, Nick Bolton.
I already knew it had to.
Yeah, you got to have that guy in the middle.
I mean, the entire room, legitimately, like him and Trank. And then you add the safeties and even somebody that's an outside piece that you can move around, like Trent. I mean, his understanding of the game and his understanding of offenses
and at this level, those guys are at that level. Leo Chanel is the same way.
Oh man.
I don't think if you're going to be a multiple defense, that guy in the middle has to be that. Like, here's where I've been really lucky. So I've got Nick now. Anthony Hitchens was like that, Trav.
Yeah.
When I first got here. When I was in New York, I had Antonio Pierce. Pierce became a head coach in this league. I mean, Jeremiah Trotter was really good. Kelvin Shepard is now the defensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. He was a Mike linebacker for me in New York. So if you've got those kind of guys right in the, it's like the center and the quarterback, Jason, on offense, right? I mean,
All right now.
I mean, if you don't have that guy, you can't do all these things.
Yeah. It reminds me of what Philly went through this year. We haven't had a great off-ball linebacker in a long time, like a game-changing guy. And what Zach Bond brought to the defense, it was so apparent how much better it made all three levels in playing in sync. And it feels like
connecting it.
Whenever we watch Nick on tape, it was just so apparent how much of everything he was helping orchestrate and get lined up, and just a tremendous amount of respect for that guy.
I bet if you talk to all the other guys, I mean, he makes the other 10 better. Like, he's telling the D line what to do, and he's signaling back here. And listen, when in doubt, I tell him, do whatever Nick says. Whatever Nick tells you to do, just do it. It might not be exactly the way we put it.
But at least you'll be sound.
That's exactly right. Everybody be doing the same thing. But we got a lot of trust in Nick.
Good. We just had the draft. Do you want to talk about any of these guys in particular? What do you think of this D tackle from Tennessee? What's your strengths, Omar?
Well, I'll tell you what. He's, who he's a little bit like, Travis, is Turk.
Ooh,
Turk Wharton.
nice.
Yeah, a little bit like Turk.
Yeah, we lost Turk to the Carolina Panthers, one of my favorite teammates of all times from St. Louis.
Yeah, I love Turk. But this young guy, Jason, is a movement guy. It'd be really good. The defensive end, Galletti that we got, I think he could play anywhere. He's one of, and both these guys are real smart. The corner, Noah Williams, the same way. And then we got a linebacker I think is going to be really good. But all these guys I feel like, will fit in the rooms they're going into. I think they will be kind of the mold that we were just got done talking about. They have football, get it. And again, give Brett Veach and his crew a lot of credit because they come around. And what's great, we collaborate better here than anywhere I've ever been. I'm talking about personnel and coaching. And I think that is one of the keys to, the success we've had.
Heck yeah.
Coach, you just said you look forward to all the players when they're getting back around, not just the veterans, but these rookies when they're kind of come in. Is there anything right away that you look at and that you love to see out of like a young play? Like, what's that attribute that you're like, man, this is the guy I want on the team? This
particular camp, I'll be keeping my eyes on those guys that pick it up the quickest. Now, we actually listen. Some of these guys are coming in here; they're going to be swimming. Right?
Sure,
but you can weed out the ones right away that can't. And we purposely put probably too much install in, Jason. We probably do.
Sure,
but we do it on purpose to see who can handle it. And so the first thing I'll look at is guys that can get it mentally, and then the next thing will be because we're talking about guys that have come in trying to get a job, the guys that can play more than one position. Like if you're a guy that's a nickel safety or a nickel corner, if you're a guy that is a defensive end that can kick inside on third down, that's and linebackers that can play all positions. So I kind of keep my eye on those two things: the football get it and the guys that are a little bit versatile.
Yeah,
that versatility running, especially your system, always gave us fits offensively because it's like, is this guy a DN? Am I counting this guy as a down lineman or a linebacker? Is Leo Chanel responsible by the offensive line or the running back? Who am I giving him to? Because I don't want to give him to the running back, but I might have to because the safety's over here. And go ahead, sorry, Coach.
Hey, Jason. What would happen? You don't line coach in the league, right?
Yeah.
What would happen if we came out of the locker room before the game and everybody just switched jerseys?
Oh my gosh!
and Nick had Leo's shirt on, and
that would mess
Leo
us
had some. Because you're working off of numbers all week.
You're always
Absolutely.
going off of numbers.
You got a Rolodex. You're like, okay, 42 and 50, 52 and 54 are down.
We consider them this. We consider them that.
Especially when it comes to those situational downs where the packages are so much different than the base personnel. Oh yeah.
Hey, Trav, I want to do that someday. Maybe at halftime.
just do it at practice one time.
You'll get fined by the NFL. Just eat it. Just to see what happens.
There's definitely a fine. There's definitely a fine.
So for everyone listening who doesn't understand this, the way protections work offensively, a lot of it is based on personnel and matchups. And what Coach does so well and what these versatile guys are so great at providing is they're a mismatch for a running back, but then they can also drop in coverage and be reliable to the point that if you put offensive lineman on them, now all of a sudden Coach is getting numbers away from them in like a blitz package. So it always gave us fits. It gave us fits when you were in New York, and it definitely gave us fits when you were with Kansas City.
Well, that's good. That's good to know.
Spags is the ultimate chess player, baby. The ultimate chess player.
Stout's gonna be mad at me. He's gonna be like,
we were just watching film this morning. I won't tell you what team it was, but I don't know why this happened. But 2 snaps in a row, this offensive team put the running back on Chris Jones.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. So,
what is this? How does this? Is the
we need to get that more often. We need to get that more often.
Chris is licking his chops.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go to your relationship with Coach Reed. You talked about he's a big reason you're there. How long have you known Big Red?
Yeah, that's a good one, guys. So I go all the way back. So the connection was, I'm going to try to get the year for you. It had to be, it was late 80s, let's say, 88, 89.
Oh, man, the late 80s those were good days. Those were good years.
Yeah, you weren't even born yet.
I snuck in there, Coach. Don't cheat me. Don't cheat me. It was October of 89, but I snuck in there.
So you're hitting like 7 decades already, right? Andy took a job at the University of Texas, El Paso.
Okay.
With a head coach by the name of Bob Stull, who was the head coach of Missouri here for a little while. while.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine that I had worked with at the University of Massachusetts got on that same staff. So Andy and Steve Thielander, who was my friend, were on, and I would go visit this friend, Steve Thielander, and it was just, when I was there, I was coaching, I think I was coaching at the University of Connecticut at the time. And you'd go, listen, in college football, you'd go visit other staffs all the time, share information. That doesn't happen in the NFL. That's the one thing you lose when you get to this level, because nobody's sharing ideas, right? Nobody's telling you what they're doing. They're always keeping it up. But so that's where I first met Andy, and then he went from there to Missouri. I was still coaching in college somewhere. But we just kind of had a connection, loved football. He was over on offense, I was on defense, but I enjoyed talking with him about that. And then eventually he got the job in, he's Green Bay, gets a job in Philadelphia in 99.
Yep.
And at the time I was coaching in NFL Europe. That was one of my overseas deals.
Man.
Yeah.
And because of the connection I had with Andy, he asked me to be a part of his staff, which was great.
That's awesome.
I owe him. I mean, I'm not in the NFL if it's not for Andy Reid.
Shout out to Big Red.
He doesn't have 3 rings without you either, big guy.
Well, that was a pretty good group effort, Travis.
Oh yeah. We all had a piece of it, but
yeah, exactly.
That's cool though. I didn't know it went all the way back to El Paso, man. How about it?
All the way back to El Paso, Texas. Yeah, remember playing Andy wasn't a golfer, but I think he came to the golf event, and I just remember it was a heck of a time. And that's where you get players, coaches. It's a fraternity, right? And you get around as many of these people as you can. Usually down the road, it's a contact you made a long time ago that gets you your big step. That's what happened to me.
I know you said there's not a lot of, coaching philosophies and techniques and things shared in the NFL, but I'd imagine you being around one of the greatest offensive minds in the history of the NFL has shaped how you prepare and game plan. Like, what has that been like learning from the big guy?
Awesome. I mean, listen, Travis and his crew, we were talking about our side of the ball. Let me tell you what the headaches we got to go through in OTAs. Well, I mean, the one headache, though, Travis, we don't have to go through is we don't have to worry about defending the run.
There we go.
Every call we make in OTAs and training camp is to stop the pass. And it could be 2nd and 1.
We're going to go quarters.
Well, it's always special situations, and we like to have the ball in Pat Mahomes' hands. I mean,
maybe just a little bit.
It's probably pretty smart.
Yeah, getting back to your point, Jason. I mean, Andy. Listen, the great thing about Andy is you guys have seen how he has changed over the years. I mean, when we were defending him in 1999 and 2000, when I was just an assistant coach, it was really different. We had Donovan McNabb and, his boots, and it was 2 backs and, flow pass and things. And now, Andy's got people all over the place. So he's evolved with the game as good as anybody, and give him tools like, 87 and 15 and the rest of them. And Andy's going to find a way to score a lot of points. I
mean, the offense from my rookie year in 13 to now is night and day different. It is night and day different. I look at some of I'll have fun when we're in training camp, and I'll just peek at a few training camp clips from 2013 just to see how far I've come or how far I'm going back. I'll tell you what. Exactly.
How far you're regressing.
Lining up at fullback for, Jamal Charles and Nile Davis back in the day was it's a pretty funny sight to see.
Different.
Trying to meet Derek Johnson in the B gap. It's we don't do that. We don't do that much anymore.
Yeah, Shermanator's no longer there.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you don't have him there. Jason, why was because I was thinking about it today. The year you came out was the lockout year. Is that true?
Yeah, I took a visit. I visited you when you were in St. Louis as the head coach.
When I was in St. Louis. Yeah. But I always thought that now you would have been in college, right, Trav? Still, you would have been in Cincinnati.
I was still in Cincinnati
at that time. I would have thought that would have been one of the toughest things to do as a rookie coming in that year. No off season. Boom. Right into training camp. Right. I mean, talk about a challenge.
It was odd. I got the playbook, believe it or not, Coach, 2 days before training camp started because they had just released.
Yeah, because we couldn't give anything out,
especially for the later round picks. For some reason, there was like something that happened where if you were a first day pick or a second day pick, they like let you come to the facility or they gave you the book. But
there was one day. They allowed one day.
That's what it was.
Because we drafted Sam Bradford in that draft, and he was able to come to the office for one day.
Yep.
And then that was
so
it. Then they locked everybody out again. It was nuts. Yeah.
So yeah, I remember showing up, and I got into a really fortunate situation because Howard Mudd wanted a more athletic center. So I had an opportunity, but it was swimming. It was swimming for sure. And we were running like in Cincinnati, we never had run these 2-back plays. And we didn't do a lot of 2-back offense. That wasn't a staple of what we were doing, but like,
is that right?
Fox 2 run and Fox 3. And I'm like, what are all these? I don't know what this is. 7-man protection. What's that? I've never run 7-man. Yeah, exactly. So it was a learning curve for sure, but it was fun.
It's funny when you say that. So it really, the college football has, all of that has kind of made its way now into the NFL, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's kind of how it usually goes the other way, but it kind of went that way on the open, on the no huddles and all the.
I think it was around 14 or 15 maybe that we brought in I believe he was the head coach in Nevada because he was running that air raid offense.
Chris Alt, was it Chris Alt?
Yes. So we were bringing in coach, and he was like kind of like implementing some of the stuff that he was doing, knowing that Alex Smith that we had at quarterback had ran that spread offense in college under Urban Meyer at Utah himself. So I that it's sort of made its way in, and then all of a sudden these RPOs come in, and Chip Kelly over in Philly actually brought a lot of those RPOs and spreading the teams out. Nick Foles throwing 7 touchdowns a game over there in Philly.
That was a fun year.
So Jason, and Travis, you probably know, when I first went to Philadelphia in 1999, I worked for a defensive coordinator by the name of Jim Johnson, who is legendary in Philadelphia, right, Jason?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys know that. So I can remember, it was probably early 2000s, because we're talking about how this football changed. And you know how, Trav, on Saturday nights when we have our snack, that the college games are on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we're always watching the college games. And I can remember sitting there with Jim in one of those years and watching a college game, and they were running option football, and Jim going, "This is in 2000 now, right? I'm sure glad we don't have to worry about all that option shit."
Really?
I don't want to be dealing with all that. And lo and behold, 10 years later, 12, 15 years later, and God bless him, we lost Jim and he wasn't coaching then. But now it is all in this league, and we all got to worry about it. It makes it challenging.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks are much more dual. All of them can run and move to a certain extent. And do you think is reverting back a little bit though? This air raid offense, spread stuff. Now you're seeing, what San Fran and the Shanahan offenses are doing so well. Detroit, Philadelphia obviously has been running the ball. They're still doing the zone reads, but they're finding ways to implement some of these smash mouth concepts that have kind of fallen out of favor.
It's funny. I keep, I'm listening like you guys in the off season to all the talk, and will it convert completely back to the way it was? I don't think so. I think throwing the football is still so exciting in this league. Defending, throwing the ball is still exciting. Yeah, but I do think you will see more teams. Maybe the percentages of running will go up a little bit. But not everybody's going to have a Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at that right now. But those guys are tough.
I guess running backs really are important.
Yeah, I guess so, right? And offensive line, right? And offensive line. Offensive coaches are really smart in this league. So, they'll go with anything that's working. I think there'll be a little bit more of a turn toward, I don't think anybody will get away from, winning games ultimately with throwing the ball.
That's all. And especially when, let's face it, most of the time, the great teams are close games, and close games come down to so often. And this is why Pat has been so successful in you guys in Kansas City. You guys, how many close games you guys closed out last year that were one score, just like unbelievable, whether it's a block kick or a late minute. It was unbelievable.
All 15 of them.
That's the truth. Some of them you can't even explain, Travis, when you think about it, really. How did that happen? Who knows?
I still don't know how the hell Leo got that block in Denver.
So crazy. Called it too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, right.
Do you think some of that that conversion back is also what defenses have done? Like defensive now, and you guys have done a lot of this, playing a little bit more like shell, like 2 safeties back, still aggressive though. And teams are trying to figure that out. That quarter shift and what's the best way to attack it?
Well, and what you're on to then, Jason, is because we're so pass defense oriented that, running the ball and softening getting you out of that and trying to throw the ball is still going to be the game that's going to happen. And listen, you guys remember way back when the 4-3, remember when the University of Miami had all those Warren Sapp was there and they just sat in that shell, took care of the pass with those guys back there, but they didn't have to worry about having an extra gap on offense because Warren Sapp and the rest
Vince
of them.
Wilfork, all those guys are clogging it all up.
No, they were just two gapping and putting guys, throwing them up. So when you, listen, and again, I go back, it comes back to players. When you've got players like that, you can play virtually anything,
right, and
be successful. Now, when you're not quite as stout up there and you're trying to defend the pass and you guess wrong and they run the football and it's a 12, 15-yard run and then you got to change it up. And that's where the game gets a little bit tough. I think you'll see more of that though, Jason. I agree with what you're saying. I really do. Yeah.
All right.
Before we move on from Coach Reid, you got any favorite Andy Reid stories from back in the day, or any gold? You can tell us to keep it kicking, but I had to at least ask.
Well, I will tell you this, Travis, and you'll be able to appreciate this. So now I get the job in '99. There 2 years. About the third year, Travis, is when I met Maria, my wife, and you've met Maria.
Of course, yes.
And she's legendary, Jason, for the food that she makes. But so now I'm going to sit. I think I was like quality control, or maybe I had become the safety coach or something. But I'm trying to climb the ladder, right? So the one way to climb the ladder is to keep the head coach. You stay on his good side. So
right.
On Fridays when Maria would make whether it was banana pudding or the sweet potato pie or whatever, I'd always sneak one of those bad boys, maybe 2 or 3 of them, put them in the head coach's office, right? Hey, coach, these are for you. These are a whole separate package, yeah.
Just if you need some fuel to get you through the evening.
Hey, Travis, maybe that's why I got the chance to come here.
There we go. Yeah.
It had nothing to do with my coaching ability. It had to do with the banana pudding.
That's too funny, man. That is a fucking golden Andy Reid story.
I don't have any good dirt stories or anything.
No, that was golden in itself right there.
Yeah, I love Andy. You know that. He's the best.
Thanks to our presenting sponsor, Zillow. Hey!
Ooh, I love Zillow. Love going on Zillow. Who's
ready to spend millions of dollars?
Me!
Or if you're like everybody else who uses the app, just looking at things.
Guys, we're talking about something that's on a lot of people's minds. Buying homes. Woo!
We've all spent hours scrolling Zillow at 2 a.m., am I right?
You're so right.
I know. It's one of my favorite things to do.
It's the best.
But here's the cool thing. They're actually doing way more than just showing pretty house pics. What else are they doing?
Oh, okay. Zillow's not just a place to browse homes anymore. That's right. Think of them as your complete home buying guide.
And here's the best part. They'll connect you with a local agent who truly listens to what you want. Whether you're dreaming of hosting backyard barbecues or looking for a city lifestyle, they'll focus on finding the right home that matches your specific needs.
Jason, what do you think felt more complex? Buying your first house or learning your first playbook?
Buying your first house. There's so many kind of like archaic things about it.
If you're tossing and turning thinking of, can I even afford this? Buyability on Zillow has got you covered. That's right. Just plug in your numbers and boom, it shows you what's in your price range.
Plus, if you're stressing about mortgages, Zillow Home Loans is there with options that won't make your head spin.
You can get started right now by downloading Zillow app if you don't already have it.
Sounds like home just got real with Zillow. Zillow Home Loans, LLC is an equal housing lender, NMLS 10287. Thank you to our partner, DraftKings. Basketball fans, the NBA Finals are here. The stage is set. The stakes are sky high, and every shot could be the difference between glory and heartbreak. There's still time to get in on the action with our partner, DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, new customers can bet just $5. And if your bet wins, you'll take home $300 in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code New Heights. The crown is yours. Stay in on the action and use your $300 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right now as they happen. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6 and have your shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use promo code New Heights and bet just $5 on any wager and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. That's promo code New Heights only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
How did it all start for you in the coaching world? How did you know you wanted to get into it? Was it always a passion of yours, or?
Yeah, I tell you what, Trav, I can go back to. I remember being in high school. Now, listen, you guys know I didn't grow to be big like you dudes, so I didn't was going to be. We all wanted to be pro football players. Or I grew up outside of Boston, so it was either that or hockey.
Yeah,
but that wasn't going to happen. So
there we go.
Bobby Orr,
there
Bobby
we go,
Orr.
baby.
So I decided that I did want to coach, and I went to Springfield College in Western Massachusetts. It was a big phys ed school, had pumped out a lot of coaches for that reason. And listen, when I went to college, my goal was to go to college, play Division II football, get a phys ed degree, come back to my high school, teach phys ed for the rest of my life, and coach high school football. That's
a pretty good gig.
That was why I went. That was the
Yeah.
gig. That's what I was going to do. And then along the way, I got there, and that school had a lot of guys that had graduated and were coaching in college. And so I got to meet those guys along the way. One of them was at Wake Forest, and this guy was at Boston College. And so that kind of sparked my interest. And so I kind of set my sights on coaching in college football, which I did for 15 years. And, in the back of your mind, look at you're hoping that maybe someday you get a break and coach in the NFL, but then you were looking at a short white dude from New England. Who the hell's going to hire that guy to coach football? But luckily, we go back to the story of the connection with Andy that I was able to get a break. But Trav, it's always my mother was a teacher for 35, 40 years, so that. I think that bug of teaching and helping other people and being able to see somebody go from being non-skilled or slightly skilled to getting really good because you've helped them, that's kind of always been there, and that's what I enjoy. That's what I really enjoy about it. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome. What did your mom teach?
She was actually a special needs teacher, so
wow.
so that takes a little bit of patience.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
English and special needs that she had, and mostly the junior high and elementary school levels.
Gotcha.
That's awesome, man. Shout out to Mama Spags.
Absolutely.
Yeah, why not? Right? Yeah, got to. She pointed me in the right direction.
Yeah.
There we go.
We all needed that.
Everybody
right?
needs that.
We all needed that. Yeah.
Well, you won your first Super Bowl in 2007 as a DC with the Giants against the undefeated New England Patriots. How crazy was that to go into a game with the Monstars that they had over there on that offensive side, as well as the fact that they were going into it as unbeaten throughout the season?
Listen, Trav, before that game, and we had a good group of dudes. Michael and Strahan and you guys know all those guys.
Stray's the best, man.
But I will tell you this: when we started game planning for that game, because they were a juggernaut with the guys they had most points scored ever in the NFL. I thought if we could hold them under 30 points, that we might have a goal.
That's the goal.
Would be a good. No, and Jason, that's not usually what you say.
Right.
But I just felt like that if we didn't do that, we had no chance at least. And I thought our offense would score a little bit, and it kind of went a different way. It became kind of a defensive battle, but they were that good, and Tom was so deadly. You know how he is. We're talking about cerebral. You do one thing, he knew exactly where to go with it. And there were 2 or 3 wrinkles. And in every game, we always do that. We change to 2 or 3. They don't always work, Jason. You figure out a way to pick it up. But the 2 or 3 key things that we had actually worked in that game and made a huge, huge difference. The guys executed them perfect in critical situations. And I think that kind of built our the best thing that happened that year. And I think Mike Strahan and the guys would tell you this, Trav and Jason, that the key to having the confidence to beat them was when we played them in game 16.
Yeah.
They beat us in the final game. They went 16-0. We just it was a slugfest, and we were right in there. And I remember Justin Tuck walking off the field. I vividly remember this. We were in the end zone at Giants Stadium, and him saying, "Coach, if we get to play them again, we can get these guys." Like, he just walking away, he felt that way that day. Now, we didn't know that, fast forward a month later, we were going to be in there playing the undefeated Patriots, but that our guys had that kind of confidence going into it.
And when you got the leaders breathing and speaking confidence like that, man, it just oozes into everybody else's like veins.
Yeah, we just got on a roll.
Justin Tuck he's one of those guys. So
do you guys know Justin?
Oh yeah.
Well, he's the real deal, man. Notre Dame guy, smart. You talk about another cerebral football. So this is what Justin. So Justin was right now, Trav. I usually use Leo for this, and sometimes do Tranquil, but he's our Justin Tuck was our joker.
Yeah,
Jason, the guy that he had a D lineman number on, so you counted.
He's never going to be counted as a linebacker. Not going to happen.
Or as a D line.
Yeah,
but just so Thursday is the big third down day, right, Trav?
Yes.
And you, Jason, I'm sure you've done the same thing. And so we'd put these blitzes in, and he'd be the joker, and I'd put him in all different spots.
Moving all over.
He would mess everything up on Thursday. It took, and he'd say to me, "Coach, I'll be good. I'll be good." And he ultimately, by the time Sunday rolled around, he had it. Yeah, he had it. It was awesome, but he was good.
Doesn't breed the most confidence from the coach in the middle of the week.
when you walk away and you go, should we take this out? Should we take that out? Yeah, he was the best. Those guys, that crew was a special crew too. It really was.
If you don't mind me asking, what were the wrinkles that you did to throw Tom or the New England offense off?
Just give us one. Just give us one good one.
Okay. The one we did was, and you guys will know this, so I like to run overload pressures.
Yes.
Right? So Porto side.
Free safety or nickel Mike or whatever. Yeah.
And typically the linebacker away from the overload, Jason, would kind of sugar up, and then he's pulling out. Yeah. And the minute he pulls out, everybody turns over that way. So that particular game, I said, look, the first time we run this, Antonio was supposed to come. I said, Antonio, you don't go as the Mike linebacker. And Kavika Mitchell did what we call a coffee house. He made it look like he was, but he ended up going. And by the time he turned and went, nobody picked him up, and we got a sack out of it. So
the old coffee house. Yeah,
exactly. And we did it early enough, I think, where once that happened, and it's something you would practice for 2 weeks, right? I think the guys go, "Oh, holy shit, that worked. Yeah. That's great. We're on a roll, right? Let's do the next thing. Let's do the next one." So that helped that it worked on that particular day. They don't always work, like I say, but that was one of them.
And just blitzing that guy once makes us be honest with it. Because we were going to it a lot of times and like, hey, every time this guy mugs up in the A gap, he bails and they blitz. And with the free safeties down over here, they're running the 4 to a side over here. So you're like trying to play that where it's like, hey, this guy's right up on the ball. If he comes, the back better be pretty stout picking this guy up. Otherwise, it's not going to be good. So you just do that once, and then all of a sudden, the whole game plan, now you're chasing that one right from the get-go because you're like, hey,
because it might happen again.
Yeah,
right?
It's like, hey, nobody got.
I don't think we ran it again in the game. I think it was just that one shot.
Yeah, but sometimes that's all it takes. One. And then it's in our heads. Like, all right, now we got to honor that guy. And then
yeah. That's right.
Yep. I love it,
Coach. I gotta ask you about your time in Frankfurt, dude. I think it is such a unique opportunity, and it was cool. It had to be cool to go back to the city and actually play there last year. You were the defensive coordinator for the Frankfurt Galaxy in Germany, and what did you take away from your time in Europe before coming back to coach in the NFL? Yeah,
listen. First of all, because it was from there that Andy called me. I was going to go back the next year in '99, back to Frankfurt.
Really?
How about this?
You had that much fun? You had that? You'd love those schnitzels that much, huh?
I was great. Well, here's the thing. I actually, at the time, I think I was living in Toledo, Ohio. I was in Ohio. You guys I took a German class to try to learn a little bit more German because I thought I was going back. I learned nothing. I learned Dankeschön and Venus Schnitzel.
That's it. What else do you need? What else do you need?
Yeah. You only learn a language if you're over there and you're speaking it. But listen, I spent 2 years in NFL Europe. 1 year in Barcelona, Spain. That was in '92 or '93, and then in '98 in Frankfurt, Germany. And those were two of the funnest, most enjoyable coaching experience. And one of the reasons, not only being over in Europe and seeing all that, that's kind of cool. You guys have been there, and everybody should go travel abroad because I think it's great.
I love it.
Yeah.
But the other thing was, remember this now, the guys that we were coaching were all guys that might have got cut from an NFL team, right? That were looking for another shot. And so they were it was the most motivated, in tune, embraced group of guys you could have, because they were all trying to get somewhere else. It wasn't like they were chasing money. They were chasing another opportunity of playing football. So I valued that. And to go back, Trav, with you guys it was 2 years ago we went?
2 years ago.
To Frankfurt. And it was at that same stadium. You know, the last year I was there, we played in the World Bowl. We got beat by the Rhine Fire, but it was in that stadium. It looked completely different when we went back, Travis, because it was different when I was there. But it was a great experience, and some of the people were still there that did remember that I coached there. That was really cool.
Now that's cool.
I wish that league. I wish it was still. Listen, Jason, I'll tell you what. You talk about developing old linemen.
Yeah,
that league was great for it.
You know who was just over there was it's not NFL Europe anymore, but we just had Joe Thomas on. He was coaching over in Munich last year, and he said
kidding.
He loved it. And
Absolutely
in particular the O-line guys, and you're taking these guys that are new to the game, and it's a little bit different than what it was with NFL Europe, but he still loved it.
I went over, when I first got here, Trav, in 2019, I went over to Italy to do a camp with some coaches from the Chicago Bears. It was a tie-in with one of the coaches for the Bears was an Italian guy coaching that league. When you go over there and you work with European people that are into American football, you have the most captive audience.
They're dedicated.
They're into it and they love it. And listen, the level is completely different, but
sure.
I just think it's great. I wish the NFL Europe would make its way back, but anybody that's ever gone over there to do that, just like Joe Thomas did, have always come away loving it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Do you think we'll ever see a division over there? There's been talk of it.
Ooh.
Maybe one team in London, one team in Germany.
One in Milan, one in Dublin.
It'd be fun.
First of all, I would love that. Number one, but the thing would be, all right. So here's the hard part. You can go to let's use the Dolphins. Yeah. You go to Miami. You're a free agent, right, Trav?
Yeah.
You go to the Miami Dolphins for X number of dollars, or you could go to London for X number of dollars, which is basically half because London's pretty expensive. Yeah. I mean, you got all those dynamics that kind of make it tough. But I sure wish they would, Jason. Yeah. No, I think it would be terrific. It make the game global, right?
Yeah,
I think it would be great.
And it's starting to feel like, from what Joe was telling me, from what you're telling me in Germany, like I think the global demand for it is higher than it's ever been. Yeah. And like when we go over to London, it's insane. I mean, it feels like an all-star game because there's people in jerseys from all over the place. True. But it's pretty cool. But I don't know.
But the only time those trips are really fun though, Trav, is when you win. When
That's
you don't
right.
win,
That's a good point.
That's a good point. No good.
Ride back.
It's like
never going back.
I never want to do that again. You know, you gotta win. You gotta win.
That's how it always works.
Unfortunate, we've won all our international games. So
we did. We've been fortunate.
Thank you to our sponsor, Allstate.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Do you know how to check if you've got all the equipment before getting to your kids' games?
Like, to check if you've got enough charcoal before pulling out the barbecue?
Like, to check if you've got sunscreen first before heading to the beach?
Checking first is smart, so check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
What's going on, 92%ers? We got another deal for you right here today. Variety Pack, my favorite energy drink accelerator, has a special Father's Day promo going on that runs through Sunday. I think I know a dad or two that could use some energy.
Once again, Accelerate has a great deal where you get $5 off their Variety Pack on Amazon. That has a little bit of a Rocket Pop, Cherry Ice Pop, Tropical Punch. What flavor are you grabbing first if it's your Variety Pack, Trav?
On the weekends, I like to go a little more, you know what I mean? Like I'm on the island, so I like to go Tropical Punch on the weekends.
All right.
If I'm getting it going on the week, I'm going Rocket Pop. It's going to get me right every time.
All you have to do is head to Amazon and clip the coupon of the Variety Pack item. Accelerator is clinically proven energy that accelerates your metabolism and enhances your focus so you can lock in without the sugar crash.
You can't go wrong with zero sugar, zero carbs, and 100% natural caffeine to get you going. Go and stock up today and upgrade your energy with Accelerator. Let's get to our last segment and get you out of here, Coach. We appreciate your time, but we got one last segment called We Gotta Ask, but you don't gotta answer. We always end the combos. You can either answer it or you can tell us to kick rocks.
Yeah, I can plead not guilty or
there you go.
Plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth. I can plead the fifth, right? I can plead the fifth, yeah.
All right. What was your initial reaction to Justin Reed's In Spags We Trust t-shirt?
I was trying to burn those so quick, Travis. I could. I mean, listen, humbling, so humbling.
Cool.
I love Justin; he's the best. But every time I had to shake my head, that's just hard for me to see. I was trying to burn them up.
No, man, you know I had to get one of those things.
I know you're the best.
Those things were selling like hotcakes, Coach.
So cool.
I don't know about that.
So you don't have one yourself? You didn't just sneak one for old memory?
I can honestly say I don't have one.
That's too funny.
I can look at my face. I can look in the mirror and see that same.
I love it.
So you're talking about Maria being a tremendous cook earlier. She's known to cook an Italian dinner for the players that have the best hit every win, and it's called the Cram Award. Is this real?
Oh, yeah.
That's
real.
When did this start?
That is real.
And who gave her that idea?
So we've always had an award. It's been called different things, but 2 years ago, because it's been 2 seasons now, my wife loves animals, and so she gets on these videos, and she found Tony Breaker is a comedian. He does these voiceovers, Jason, of like, just imagine 2 rams, they're doing this, right? But he's talking through. They're funny. They're funny as shit. And and we always play. We always play
comedy right here.
Yeah, we always play a clip of it before we give the award out. So Maria is the one that said, you ought to do this. You ought to make the award, this Cram Award. She's the one. Now, and then she offered to, I said, well, we got to give him something. So that's where the pasta came in. But they listen, they wait for Saturday mornings, Trav, to see who's got. Chris Jones said to me one time, listen, I don't want a game ball. I can give the game ball to somebody else. I just want to win the Cram Award so I can get Maria's pasta.
Yeah.
That's Maria's pasta.
It's so good.
Is it always red? Like what's Maria working with usually? She'll change it up.
Yeah, Nick's not a red sauce guy, so the fettuccine or the white sauce, you name it, good. Jason, she can make it. I guarantee you.
All right.
You name it, she can make it. You want to put your order in?
I was about to say, I got to get involved on this now.
You're going to jump in on that bad boy. I mean, we've done it everywhere we've been, and when we were in New York and we would do it for the defense there, the old lineman, Jason, found a way. The Friday, they thought because I heard later on that for some reason all the defensive guys weren't getting the banana pudding.
Yeah, what's going on here?
It was Chris Snee, it was Snee, and it was
O'Hara
O'Hara, Sean O'Hara, all those guys were getting
Deal.
Deal was a big part of it. He was a big part of it. And what about you got to feed the old lineman, right, Trav? It doesn't matter what.
Come on now,
you got to take care of the old lineman.
Just like you knew to take the pies to the head coach, the offensive linemen know where the pies are coming from. They know where
where to get the pie. They sniff it out.
That's right.
Sniff it out.
That's so good.
I got to ask you this, Coach. What was your first impression of Travis Kelce?
Oh, God.
Well, the first impression would have been having to defend him when he was playing, and that was like, what a headache. We got to go against this guy. Now, Trev, I think the one game when I was in New York, I think I got fortunate because one of your wideouts didn't play. And we were able, Jason, we put like 3 guys on Travis Kelce. At least doubled. Might have been triple, but...
Landon Collins plus the linebacker plus
exactly, all over the place. We weren't going to let 87 beat us, but and then when I got to meet him here, I mean, listen, I'm not saying this because you're sitting here, Chad, but you're one of the purest, down to earth megastars that anybody could ever meet, and I just think that's a great quality for both of you guys to be who you are and what you are in this world and to just be regular guys. I mean, look I'm sitting here with the Kelce brothers.
No, you're the best. That means the most coming from me, Coach.
Here's what I would say is don't ever change.
Yeah.
Because you guys are you're the real deal. And I know you won't.
You got it, Coach. Do you remember the pass that I threw against you back in 2000?
That was against the Giants? Oh my gosh.
Man, I remember it like it was yesterday, and now I see it more than ever. Coach,
did Landon pick it off?
Oh yeah, well I think I more so just threw it right to him than he picked it off.
Yeah.
It was the most impressive 80-yard torpedo of an interception, but it was.
Well, he was going back to his Cincinnati days.
That's right.
Yeah, that's exactly why I was in
playing Wildcat. Yeah,
exactly why I got moved to the tight end.
Hey, Travis, have you thrown? Well, you have thrown since, but I mean that season. Did the boss go back to the well on that one?
Well, you got to understand. I went gung ho, and I decided to. I had one read, and it was throw it to Tyreek, and Tyreek looked like he was double covered, so I looked to the backside.
Back across the field?
Back across the field where Coach told me
not to throw it.
You don't have a progression, Travis. You have one guy, and then you run the football. And I was just like, man, I'll tell you what. I don't know.
I can do it.
I'm just going to assess the defense.
Yeah.
And as soon as we got into a funky formation and the linebacker at the time, I forget the linebacker at the time, but he immediately checked to cover 2 to just kind of.
It would have been Kevin. I think it was Kelvin Shepard.
Yes. Yeah. And it was just kind of just to make sure that they were prepared and ready for anything because we were in a weird formation. And sure enough, I get the ball. I see the backside safety kind of close on Tyreek to the point where it kind of felt like I was hoping that would happen. Yeah. Just so I could go and do my own thing.
He wanted to go a little rogue and show everybody he knew what was going on.
Coach Reed knows not to put me in that situation ever again.
I appreciate you doing that. I appreciate you doing that.
The funniest part is Alex Smith comes running over to me, and I'm just like, I can't even look Coach Reed in the face. He's like, don't worry about it. It was like a punt. I was like, it was second down.
It
was second down, Alex.
Good positivity, Alex.
Second down, yeah.
No, you guys got us that day.
Let me ask you this. Other thing that Travis is known for is laterals out of nowhere. Do you think that's an underutilized offensive tool? Is that difficult for defenses to defend?
No question. Yeah. But I'm not sure I'd want anybody other than Travis doing it because that's a tricky deal. From when I see it, when you're doing it, Travis, I go,
yeah. Everybody's heart's down for a second.
That's all good. But no, that's for like I watch these guys do it in practice all the time, and I think Travis, because the other guys now know that you're capable of that. They're aware. They get around. I've watched that kind of develop while we've been here. It wasn't always like that, but then once they know that when 87 gets the ball in his hands, he can do something special with it. And that was what was the one, Trav, we had that we were offside on?
Oh, Baltimore. Oh, not Baltimore, Buffalo. It was Buffalo, I think 2 years ago.
That was sweet. That was a sweet play.
I felt that it was man-to-man coverage, and I don't know what was – that was that was the best throw of my NFL career right there. I threw that one about 30 yards across the field. But,
that was awesome, man. Yeah. I figured then we were in. We were good. That was beautiful.
It's like you're playing with Larry Bird. You got to have your head on a swivel. Be ready for it, right?
Hey, Jason, going back to your point about, practice. Now, with Travis doing that in practice, because I think I see a little bit of that showing up from other people.
Detroit did it a few times this year.
Yeah. Since we do it in practice, that will help us defend it if it gets done against us, which I think is good.
Yeah.
There you go. As someone that has done it, is throwing an NFL challenge flag fun? Because it just looks like it's got to be a blast, right?
Or running down and calling a timeout when you're not supposed to, like I messed up doing last year. I'll tell you this, because I was a head coach for 3 years. That's that's a pressure-packed, tough thing to do and to put on coach. I mean, listen, you gotta trust the person you got upstairs, right? If you can't see it, you gotta feel good. Because nobody really wants to throw that thing and have it get overturned.
And every wide receiver is going to come over to you and tell you that they caught the ball.
Absolutely. I had that happen when I was a head coach, come running over, and I think it was my first year as a head coach, or a rookie head coach, but if he's saying he caught it, he must have caught it. So the flag goes out, and sure as shit, incomplete. Oh, incomplete. But they all want to say that.
Thanks for the tip.
But you know what, Travis? Listen, I'm sure Coach Reed does this with you. There are certain guys, I'm sure, in his offense that he trusts. And if they say, I caught that, and he didn't see it or they didn't see it, then I'll bet you he's throwing it because he just believes in, somebody's not saying it just to say it.
And vice versa. I promise you, I'm not going to be that guy that tells Coach Reed I caught the ball and he has to wait.
You didn't.
If
right?
it's a question, I'm just be like, Coach, I'm not going to lie. I have no idea. You're going to have to go to somebody else on this.
Yeah.
You're going to have to ask Fraze up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a chat. That's a tricky deal. It is.
Do you have a favorite Super Bowl win of your 4?
Oh, well, listen. Well, let's put it this way. So back when we won in 07, and that was a great Super Bowl win. So it's the first. You know what I prayed? That wouldn't be the most special moment in the NFL. And fortunately for me, other ones came. Because if that was the peak, I mean, at the time I was 47 years old, so I had a little bit more time in the league. But every time you win one, that one at that time, right, Trav? I mean, that's the special one. I mean, and then but they all kind of rest on their own.
Yeah, they have their own place for sure. Yep. I'm with you on that.
I will tell you this, Jason. The one when we beat the Eagles a couple years back.
I know.
I will tell you this, Jason. I still was not happy because you guys scored too many points. You know how I am, Travis. It's about not giving up points. So that kind of ate at me, even though we won the game.
You bowed up. You bowed up when it mattered, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, but thank God our offense scored as many points as they did.
No doubt.
Man alive.
We've had this conversation before. It's hotly debated on the internet. As defensive coordinator, do you think the average person could get 1 yard in the NFL?
Just they put somebody out there.
Can they get a yard?
Take somebody out of the front row and just throw them in there and see.
and that guy's for real. And like put
guys.
Oh yeah,
that's some legitimate
chops.
No, I don't think you can. Our guys are too good, too big, too fast, too strong. I mean, come on.
You got to know how to set up a block. You got to know how to, there's so many. It's not as easy as these guys are making it, man.
Do you guys remember the show? Didn't they have Pros versus Joes?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. Great show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys ought to be on that. Jesse Armstead, you guys know who Jesse Armstead is? He's a linebacker in this league. Real good friend of mine. He's great. He's a University of Miami guy. He was on, I got the clip somewhere because when Jesse was with us in New York, I pulled it out. But he was on Pros versus Joes. And this guy came out, I don't know who the dude was. He was in Jesse's face. And I'm going to tell you what, man, Jesse near killed him.
Yeah.
One shot. Near killed him. And I was like, holy cow. But I thought that was a funny show. That was a Pros versus Joes. Yeah.
I love it.
No, that show was one of my favorites, man.
Yeah.
It's hard for guys to do that and, I don't know, come back to play in the NFL. But that show was a blast. So hopefully they can remake that thing.
Yeah, I thought it was that one. I guess it went away. I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Who was the toughest player you ever had to game plan for in your career?
Well, I mean, listen, Tom jumps out there because because he was Tom Brady and we had some pretty good battles. But I will say this, these quarterbacks nowadays that run and pass, and Travis, it seems like we see them every week. Do you know what I mean? To me, they're so if you got the quarterback that's smart and intelligent, can get you in and out of a bad play or into a good one, that can throw the football and that can run it. And they're in this league.
Yeah,
it's deadly.
There seem to be more and more. To me, that is simply the toughest challenge. You can double a wide out. I mean, listen, if it's the running back and you want to overcommit, you could take away a running back for certain periods. But when the quarterback can do all of that,
that's what I always felt. And listen, I think Saquon deserves all the credit he can get. But I've said this multiple times. When you have a running quarterback, it forces the defense to play it honest. They can't cheat to get those numbers right.
No question.
Where are you going to give at? You got to be in some place where we're going to have leverage, and that has opened up so much for the Eagles and in my time there. And it's the same thing. It's happened across the league with Lamar. It's even Josh Allen. Like all these guys, yeah, they're all doing it.
Patrick does it. Listen, third down to me, I love third down. We take a lot of pride in third down. And to me, when you can win third down, you got a pretty good chance of keeping the points low. When you win third down on offense, you're going to score points. And when you add to defending on third down that the quarterback can pick it up with his legs for 7 or 8, that makes it really hard. Because there's certain things you can't do and open up a lane for Josh Allen to take off and get 8. Or, Jalen did it in the Super Bowl. I thought we had really good coverage. You get the perfect coverage, but he finds a pass rush lane and boom, he's a first down because he gets it with his legs. Those are the challenging guys.
Well, we always ask everybody that's in the NFL this question. What was your welcome to the NFL moment?
Ooh, welcome to the NFL moment. Okay, you ready for this one?
Yeah.
I'm in Philadelphia as the quality control coach the first year in 1999. We're in our first OTAs. Maybe it's the 4th, 5th, or 6th practice, whatever. I'm the guy in charge of bringing the book out that has the cards, so you could stand up there and show the offense what to do, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, at the time, in Philadelphia at the time, Jason, we were in Veterans Stadium.
Vet.
The vet, in our offices and locker room was in the vet, but our practice fields, you had to drive or walk across the parking lot. So it was a quarter of a mile.
Wow.
And then the fields were out there and there was a little bubble there. Well, on this particular day, the quality control coach is supposed to have the book when the the horn goes and we're going to, now we need the cut. I forgot the book.
Oh no!
I'm in a flat out panic.
Oh no!
Because the book's all the way in the vet over there. And listen, and I remember it to this day. Jim Johnson was terrific. He's like, no big deal. He walked over to the quarterback coach and said, listen, give us a little bit of this, give us a little bit of that. He ran 10 plays and then the offense goes now, right, Trav? They were up. So at that time I was sprinting, through the parking lot to go get that book. And I got back before the next period began. But that was one I thought my NFL career was done.
That's amazing.
I would have been in pure panic. I'm panicking right now just thinking about being in that situation.
I thought I had ruined the whole thing, but that one just kind of sticks out because it was early, but it was great.
That's incredible, perfect. Coach.
Yeah.
92% is Coach Spags, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Man, I love
you guys are the best, man.
Thank you so much for the time, the stories.
That was awesome, Coach.
I appreciate you guys asking me to do it. I really do. When I was your guys' age, I was dreaming about being on the Kelce Brothers show.
Oh, it's too good.
You're the best, Coach.
I always wanted to be on the Kelce Brothers show.
A dream come true for all of us, big guy.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up right now and take another hour or two, Jason, to figure out how to stop whatever Coach Reed and Travis and Patrick they're drawing shit in the dirt to try to beat us in the OTAs.
I love it.
You know it.
You guys are the best, man.
All righty, that wraps up another episode of New Heights. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube to the New Heights channel and follow New Heights on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to new episodes of New Heights early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
Once again, New Heights is a Wondery show produced by Wave Sports and Entertainment and brought to you by Zillow. Download this app today. Follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with 1S. Thank you to our production and crew, always making us look good. And shout out to Spags. Yes. Can't wait to run it up with you again this year, man. Had so much fun with that one. 92%ers, appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this Spags episode. Peace.
Thank you, everyone.